that hook shot right there. We got heat-seeking throws. I'm going to explore all of this. Mouse sensitivity is a little high. I'll change that. Alright. I don't know where to go here. Where? Up there? Should I use cover? Like, you're not doing shit. Fine. If this is the right way, we're going the other way. I could use more ammo anyway. It looks like I'm full. So much for needing more ammo. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and hang out here. Alright, and then we're gonna switch over to the grenade launcher. Just seemed like the right thing to do right there. Alright, reload. I think we're good to go. I think we're good to go. Yeah, the vault's a little weird. I still haven't quite figured that out, but aside of that, I think we're good. Oh, that's a locked door, so we're going through that first. What do we have over here? Don't tell me nothing. Shit, this was the way forward.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
Now you can't question him, though.
You should have taken him alive. See what he knew.
Too risky. I've put too much time and effort bringing you back to life to let you get killed now.
You really think Wilson's capable of that?
Not anymore.
Well, that's on the screen for a long time before she says it. That your idea of due process?
Even if you're sure, did he deserve that welcome?
He sabotaged the security systems, killed my staff, and he would have killed us.
You sure about that, Miranda? We've known Wilson for years. What if you're wrong?
I'm never wrong. I thought you'd have learnt that by now, Jacob.
I knew he was lying all along.
I had a feeling Wilson was just looking for a chance to shoot me in the back.
Good instincts. Some people are far too trusting to ever see that coming. Come on, let's grab this shuttle and get out of here. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get her to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else you want to ask before we go, Commander?
But I want to explore the room where I killed all the Geth. Well, mechs, really, but still. They were hacked mechs. Alright, so the location during the attack.
Convenient that you show up as we're leaving. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life? Wilson figured out I was helping you and he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
Where are the other survivors?
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
Some might have survived.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right. We all knew the risks when we signed up. Without you, there's no point to any of this.
Yeah, I know how awesome I am, but I'm saying we could still check. Fine. Where's our destination?
Where are we going?
Another Cerberus facility. The elusive man is waiting for you there.
If I don't come along?
I'm not sure I trust you.
This is the only shuttle off the station. You want to stay and rot with the mechs? Be my guest.
Tell me about the project.
You're the Lazarus Project's director, aren't you?
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
Why?
What does Cerberus want from me?
Maybe you should ask the elusive man when you meet him. He poured virtually unlimited resources into Lazarus. Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
Alright, let's go.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or 2, in your case. Come on.
Hey, it's not full 2 yet. upset that I didn't get to explore that room.
Before you meet with the elusive man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Come on, Miranda, more tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The elusive man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
Yeah, could you fix the thing on my face? No? Alright, 2 years?
Did you say 2 years? I've been gone that long?
2 years and 12 days. And you were on an operating table for most of it.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done. Start with personal history.
Okay. Records show you grew up on Earth. Tough environment, no parents. You enlisted and led troops during some heavy fighting, most notably on Torfin. Do you remember taking on some Batarian slavers?
Yeah, I remember that. I did what was necessary.
Those bastards were dug in deep in a fortified bunker. I sent a lot of good soldiers to their deaths. That's how it had to be.
You got the job done. That's all that matters. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Lieutenant Caden Alenko was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave him behind?
Because it was him or a much better character. If we're being honest, Caden was not as good as... Wasn't it Ashley? I think that was the other choice. It was Caden or Ashley. I mean, it was a hard choice. I thought about it for days.
I left a friend to die that day and I didn't do it casually. But I had to save as many people as I could. Caden gave his life for the rest of the team. Without him, I couldn't have stopped Saren. He died a hero.
I understand, Commander. And I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
Shepard, think back to the Citadel, after the Council died on the Destiny Ascension, and you killed Saren. What happened next?
Anderson led a new council, or Udina led a new council? Fuck Udina. Anderson did it.
With the Council dead, humanity stepped into power. We formed a new council. I recommended Captain Anderson to lead it.
Yes, Captain Anderson is now Counselor Anderson. Though from what I hear, he preferred life in the military.
Still, good to know that the human council member isn't going to put politics ahead of defense.
Your memory seems solid. There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
Yeah,
I
I can't.
suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the elusive man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
All right, we have a new...
The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Oh. We got a whole bunch of stuff, though. We'll definitely take a look at the Codex now. We have a little bit of a stopping point. Got a little bit of Paragon and Renegade going for me. Let's take a look at the journal first, though. We're still in the prologue. You escaped the Cerberus medical facility. The elusive man is the next likely source of information. So hopefully what I missed was not too much. Go speak to the elusive man in the room downstairs. Yeah, we'll get on that. I don't have any assignments yet. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, can I do anything with the squad? Not really, but we can see that my Paragon seems to have grown a little bit more than my Renegade, even though it looked to me like I was getting more Renegade points. I'm up to level 3 now. Hooray. Let's take a look at the Codex, though. All right, so after reading a few of these, I've decided this is not what necessarily I want to do. So most of these are repeats from the first game. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that I have read this and assume that you remember what happened in the first game, especially the secondary stuff. This is all very... Well, it's the same stuff that we read in the first game, right? And this thing is full, so I'm just going to go ahead and mark these as read. So I am aware of the husks, I'm aware of the thresher moths, the Varin. I don't necessarily remember these guys. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. They're non-sapient, so they're not too important, but Here we go. Some new stuff. Some new stuff, finally. In 2183, a rogue specter named Saren Arterius attacked the Citadel through a functioning mass relay hidden inside a statue at the Presidium. Saren brought a combined force of Krogan and Geth infantry from Elos, timing the attacks so that he would be at the Citadel's controls when the Geth fleet and his flagship Sovereign arrived. In the battle that followed, the Destiny Ascension Dreadnought evacuated the Citadel Council, but ordered the ward's arms closed, sealing them in the Geth inside an impregnable shell, cutting off any reinforcements or escape. This combative tactic would have wholly destroyed the Council fleet were it not for the actions of Commander Shepard, who had followed Saren through the relay from, I swear it was Elos, but it could be Ilos. Led by Shepard's ship Normandy, the Systems Alliance's 5th Fleet assembled under the command of Admiral Hackett and waited just outside the Citadel's closed arms. Meanwhile, Shepard fought Saren's forces inside the Citadel and eventually forced the ward arms open again. Shepard called for the Normandy to concentrate firepower on Sovereign. The 5th Fleet took its cue from the Normandy and turned all firepower on the Geth flagship, letting the Destiny Ascension and other fleeing Council ships perish fighting the Geth fleet. At about the same time, Shepard killed Saren. Sovereign's once impervious kinetic barrier overloaded, and the 5th Fleet focused its military might to shatter the flagship. The Geth fleet was soon decimated without its leader. With the Citadel Council and nearly everyone in its line of succession killed, humanity stepped into the power vacuum. Ambassador Donna Udina and Captain David Anderson were instrumental in pulling together a new galactic government with humans as the dominant voice. So that's new. Hooray, new things. There's lots of not new things around here. All right, Citadel conventions. These diplomatic talks occurred in the wake of the Krogan rebellion, so this is old news as well. Yeah, Tier 4. Yeah, we've seen that. The Council, we know about this Council, we know about Citadel Space, we know about CSEC. Kind of weird that it goes outside the bar there. We know about the Foundations, the Presidium Ring, it's in the Serpent Nebula. Right, there's some random statistics that we have seen before. The Treaty of Ferrixon. Is this something that we have seen? Counselor to fix the ratio. Yes, we have seen that one too. So, a lot of repeat stuff here from the first game. Right, we learn about Earth, the First Contact War, Gagarin Station. We learn about genetic engineering a bit. We learn about the System Alliance, the Terra Firma Party, timeline, so that you can get it all sorted. The current date is 2185, so we have a little bit more here. Geth, led by Rogue Spectre, Saren Arterius, attacked the Citadel, ensuing in a battle that cost thousands of lives. A few weeks later, the SSV Normandy is ambushed and destroyed. Commander Shepard is presumed dead, but wasn't. All right, let's take a look at, is it Elos or Ilos? Right, so there's that, and Vermeer, which are apparently the only two important ones now. I remember there were like 4 or 5 important ones before, but what do I know? The Faster Than Light, so here's where you go if you want to learn all about how the spaceships work. Heat management, I remember being a huge thing, and then the Guardian. They go into extensive detail about how a fight in space will happen. So I'm really hoping that they go through that eventually. Right, then we have biotics, so we can learn about that and how communications. All of this is straight out of the first game. As far as I could tell, almost all of this was exactly the same. I went through everything on the list for the Council races, and it was exactly the same as I remember it in Mass Effect 1. So I'm assuming that they're all like that. Once again, we kind of go over some of these. Oh, we actually get some pictures this time for mass accelerators and kinetic shields. Oh, I was about to say, is that Caden? But no, that's Commander Shepard if it's a guy.
The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council. An all-female race, the Asari reproduce through a form of parthenogenesis. They can attune their nervous system to that of another individual of any gender and of any species to reproduce. This capability has led to the unseemly and inaccurate rumors about Asari promiscuity. Asari can live for over 1,000 years, passing through 3 stages of life. In the maiden stage, they wander restlessly, seeking new knowledge and experience. When the matron stage begins, they meld with interesting partners to produce their offspring. This ends when they reach the matriarch stage, where they assume the roles of leaders and counselors.
We will go through the primary stuff again because it is read out loud, and it's a good refresher here, but a lot of the secondary stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and skip. Like I said, I read a lot of that, and it was straight out of the first game. But this stuff, good as a refresher.
The second species to join the Citadel, the Solarians, are warm-blooded amphibians with a hyperactive metabolism. Solarians think fast, talk fast, and move fast. To Solarians, other species seem sluggish and dull-witted. Unfortunately, their metabolic speed leaves them with a relatively short lifespan. Solarians over the age of 40 are a rarity. The Solarians were responsible for advancing the development of the primitive Krogan species to use as soldiers during the Rachni Wars. They were also behind the creation of the genophage bioweapon the Turians used to quell the Krogan rebellions several centuries later. Solarians are known for their observational capability and non-linear thinking. This manifests as an aptitude for research and espionage. They are constantly experimenting and inventing, and it is generally accepted that they always know more than they are letting on.
They're tricksy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Turians then.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other 2 races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the 2 species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
Yeah, hopefully they're not too mad at us in the long run. All right, we have some extinct races to go through here.
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kajay, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens.
Aliens. Let's take a look at some of the non-council races then. We do have a few of this stuff to go through, but like I said, I think it's good as a refresher.
In the early 2160s, the Alliance began aggressive colonization of worlds in the Skyllian Verge, much to the dismay of the Batarians, who had been developing the region for several decades. In 2171, the Batarians petitioned the Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, The Batarians closed their Citadel embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies. Hostilities peaked with the Skillian Blitz of 2176, an attack on the human capital of Elysium by Batarian-funded pirates and slavers. In 2178, the Alliance retaliated with a crushing assault on the moon of Torfin, long used as a staging base by Batarian-backed criminals. In the aftermath, the Batarians retreated into their own systems and are now rarely seen in Citadel space.
I think I have something to do with that, just for the record.